Celtic Myths and Legends by T.W. Rolleston. Chapter 5, Tales of the Ultonian Cycle. The Brown Bull of Quelgny. Now it happened that Mav possessed a famous red bull with a white front and horns, named Finbenach. And one day, when she and Elil were counting up their respective possessions and matching them against each other, he taunted her because the Finbenach would not stay in the lands of a woman, but had attached himself to Elil's herd. So Mav, in vexation, went to her steward, Macroth, and asked him if there were anywhere in Erin a bull as fine as the Finbenach. Truly, said the steward, there is, for the brown bull of Quelgny that belongs to Dara, son of Factna, is the mightiest beast that is in Ireland. And after that, Mav felt as if she had no flocks and herds that were worth anything at all, unless she possessed the brown bull of Quelgny. But this was in Ulster, and the Ulstermen knew the treasure they possessed, and Mav knew that they would not give up the bull without fighting for it. So she and Fergus and Elil agreed to make a foray against Ulster for the brown bull, and thus to enter into war with the province. For Fergus longed for vengeance, and Mav for fighting for glory, and for the bull, and Elil to satisfy Mav. Here let us note that this contest for the bull, which is the ostensible theme of the greatest of Celtic legendary tales, the Tain Bo Quelgny, has a deeper meaning than appears on the surface. An ancient piece of Aryan mythology is embedded in it. The brown bull is the Celtic counterpart of the Hindu sky deity, Indra. Well, personified. We can definitely think of Indra as something particular rather than more universal, but represented in Hindu myth as a mighty bull whose roaring is the thunder and who lets loose the rains like cows streaming forth to pasture. The advance of the western Connacht host for the capture of this bull is emblematic of the onset of night. The bull is defended by the solar hero Cuchulainn, who, however, is ultimately overthrown, and the bull is captured for a season. The two animals in the Celtic legend probably typify the sun in different aspects. They are described with a pomp and circumstance which shows that they are no common beasts. Once we are told they were swineherds of the people of Dana. They had been successfully transformed into two ravens, two sea monsters, two warriors, two demons, two worms, or animalcula, kind of like the homuncula, but an animal that kind of sprouts from miniature form, but well, allegedly, but finally into two kind. Miss Hall, the Cuchulainn saga, page 72, where the solar theory of the brown bull is dealt with at length. The brown bull is described as having a back broad enough for 50 children to play on. When he is angry with his keeper, he stamps the man 30 feet into the ground He is likened to a sea wave, to a bear, to a dragon, a lion, the rider heaping up images of strength and savagery. We are therefore concerned with no ordinary cattle raid, but with a myth, the features of which are discernible under the dressing given it by the fervid imagination of the unknown Celtic bard who composed the Táin, although the exact meaning of every detail may be difficult to ascertain. The first attempt of Mav to get possession of the bull was to send an embassy to Dara to ask for the loan of him for a year, the recompense offered being 50 heifers, besides the bull himself back, and if Dara chose to settle in Connacht, he should have as much land there as he now possessed in Ulster, and a chariot worth thrice 7 cumals, with the patronage and friendship of Mav. A cumal was the unit of value in Celtic Ireland. It is mentioned as such by who we call St. Patrick. It meant the price of a woman slave. Dara was at first delighted with the prospect, but tales were borne to him of the chatter of Mav's messengers, and how they said if the bull was not yielded willingly, it would be taken by force, and he sent back a message of refusal and defiance. "'Twas known," said Mav, "the bull will not be yielded by fair means. He shall now be won by foul." And so she sent messengers around on every side to summon her host for the raid. Now, if there's not a need, I would strongly oppose this theft, particularly violent robbery.